Everyone, we are live. I can see. Beautiful. So, hi, welcome. So, many female entrepreneurs. Oh, okay, now we're live. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Hi, loves. So, many female entrepreneurs seem to think to themselves, like, why has everyone else figured it out online? Why is everyone having such amazing, successful, like 5 figure, 6 figure launches, and they're marketing themselves super, super, super well online and they're being super visible? What am I doing that what am I not doing that they're doing? And we're gonna jump into that today, and that is what this session is about. So, welcome to day one of your bold and feminine 6 figure empire. Woo! I'm so excited that you made it here today. I'm really feeling it. I just opened the doors for your Bold and Feminine Empire, my one on one container. And already 3 spots have filled up. It's so exciting. And there are still a few more spots open. And we'll get into that at the end of this session. But for now, today, we're going to talk about your brand versus your offer, which is super, super key to showing up online and being really clear and going from the 2D to the 3D, showing up and telling your audience exactly what they can expect with you. We're going to be talking about the 5 sticker strategy, which is really important for your launch strategy and for your branding. And then we're going to talk about how to embody your business, how to let it come alive in your body and really show up. Hey, Carol, babe. So happy you joined. If anyone else is popping up, please say hey. Amazing. Cool. So let's hop into it. But before we do, yeah, I'd like to share with you a little bit about what I'm doing and why I came to lead this session. So, a bit of a backstory. Yeah, I've been a business coach, consultant for female entrepreneurs over the last few years. And after I received my MBA from Yale University in the States, I just felt like something was really missing in the business world. For me, it felt super rigid, super old school. Um, and what I was really looking for was a sense of truth, of authenticity, of connection, and of pleasure. Like, I wanted to enjoy myself and really like feel myself and have fun with it. And I felt like the old school way of doing business was like park yourself and park your pleasure in the closet and just show up in a professional setting. And that really rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, no, I'm not going to sit in a cubicle and pretend to be something I'm not. So that led me to receiving my coaching degree at Layla Martin's Sex, Love, and Relationship program. And yeah, that really started a whole new chapter for me where I was really infusing pleasure, mindset, and mind body connection to business consulting and business coaching. And what I've seen as a result for myself and for my clients is that when you're truly embodying your business and you really feel aligned, there's like this sense of you that shows up in your work. You really show up for yourself. And instead of feeling like you're imperfect or you think what other people think of you and you're just kind of like disconnected and fragmented, the more you and everyone else is implementing mindset strategies along with business strategies, the better I've been able to see the results. So yeah, the more my clients show up as themselves and the more fun they can have, right? That's what business is about. So yeah, that was my little spiel. That's who I am. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Let's connect. Oh, hey, Celine. Oh, thank you so much for joining. It's so cool you're here. Beautiful. Okay, so first we're going to connect. I'm going to invite you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb. Just sinking in your body for a moment. Taking a few deep breaths now. And I'm going to invite you to welcome all parts of you today and to imagine this golden ring of light circling around you that's protecting you and guiding you and creating a safe space for you to grow, learn, play, and evolve in. in your business and in your life, and a safe space for you to show up as you. Yeah, full permission for that. Just really breathing into that for a moment. And I'm going to have you imagine that you have in front of you this energetic crown. Wow. It's right in front of you. It's glistening, it's golden, it's bejeweled. And I'm going to invite you now to take your hands and to place this crown on your head. Oof. And feeling the power that that crown holds for you. Feeling really connected and feeling like at all times you can wear that crown and you can show up as your truest self in your highest power whenever you want. It's just a matter of you knowing when to tap into it. So now standing tall with your shoulders back, feeling like the badass, empowered business babe that you truly are, I invite you to step into this container with this mindset and to see what happens. So once again, thank you for showing up for you. And when you're ready, I invite you to flutter open your eyelids. Welcome back, my loves. So keeping that crown still on, let's hop into it. So maybe some of you are wondering why some online influencers in your specific industry are just so freaking magnetic, right? Like they come alive with their most authentic selves online and the world sees them, and then the world just sends them money. They seem to have this influx of money, and probably many of them are talking about that, right? Like, I am so open to receiving. What the hell does that mean, right? And given that, like, how do I go from the 2D to the 3D? How do I come alive in my brand? How do I get people to say, like, fuck yes, I'm sending that girl money because I so believe in her and I so believe in her strategy, and like, she's just so real, right? So the key to this is that there's actually nothing to figure out. So this is the first mindset, like, what the fuck? The secret is actually being more you. Did you think I was gonna tell you you gotta do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There are some structures we're gonna talk about, but the bottom line here is that everyone else is being successful because they're being themselves. And when you try to stick on someone else's strategy onto you, first of all, you feel like you're a freaking imposter. You're constantly comparing and you're like, why isn't this working for me? It's literally because we're trying to be someone else. I myself have fallen into this trap so many damn times. There are so many coaches out there and I'm like, oh my God, she's in Ibiza again. Or this is before COVID, but like, oh my God, she has like 100K a month. What the fuck? What am I not doing right? And that's because I wasn't being me. I was trying to be someone else. So maybe you can feel into that for a moment. And all of that said, there are general frameworks and mindset shifts that you can apply as an entrepreneur to being visible, to being clear around your message, and being really obvious about your offers that people know exactly how to come to you. So my first question for you is, maybe you can take out a pen and paper for this or write a note in your computer. So I'll wait a second for you. Maybe if you're not watching live, you can pause the video. But, okay, here's the question. What do you stand for, and what are you known for in the market? What is your what? And making sure that that's super, super clear. Give you a moment to just think about that and write that down. And what are you super passionate about? Like, what do you stand for? What turns you on? What lights your fire? And what do you stand against? Because polarizing content is what goes really, really well online. Telling someone this is not for you, like in my business, this is not for you if you're not willing to show up for yourself. This is not for you if you think results come easy. So just like being really clear with that, people are like, oh yeah, that's not me. Yeah, I feel you. Okay. That really creates this connection and this like clear communication between you and your people. So now we're going to get into brand versus offer. So your brand is, and a lot of people confuse this because when they're showing up online, they're talking about their brand and they're mixing it in with their offer, and their offer isn't clear and no one knows what you're selling. So right now, what we're going to do today is we're going to make it crystal clear so that you can show up online and you can be like, yes, like I'm offering this, this, and this. Come get it. Okay, cool. So your offer is your messaging. And that's being very, very clear. As I've said a million times, clarity is the most important thing. So this is how we cut through the noise online because it's so damn loud out there, right? Online. It's like we need to learn how to cut through it. So your offer is selling one thing at a time. And it takes an average of about 20 times for someone to see what you're offering in order for them to make a financial commitment in you. Because why would they send your money? There's no trust being built if you just put an offer out randomly, or if you're not offering at least once a week. If you just randomly offer once a month, people are like, where did that come from? I saw it once and like, okay, back of my, like, I didn't even register. So really setting yourself up as an authority and as someone who wants to drive business and command herself in the market is to really be clear about your offer and offer it at least once a week, right? And we don't want to be too salesy either because like I've done that before where I'm like, oh yeah, do this, do this, do this. And literally my coach was like, Juliet, cool it, like too much. So having a good balance between the two. I say once or twice a week offer, the other times inspire or create educational content. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, so for your offer, coming up with your core pillars and getting really specific on your package so people know exactly what they're going to get from you. So some of your, and some of you are very multidimensional. Like for me, for example, I do relationship coaching, sex coaching, and business coaching. So the thing is that right now I'm really in my business coaching mode, right? I'm going to sell out of my one-on-one package. So I'm only talking about business right now with a bit of pleasure. Although my brand pillars have to do with pleasure, right now I'm only talking about business. Otherwise I'm going to confuse everyone. They're going to be like, Juliet, what are you talking about? Maybe in a few months I'll talk more about my pleasure offers. So just getting really clear on that. And basically you can go back to the thing. Let's say you're doing pleasure in business or you're doing, health as well. You can go back to health, but first you need to sell out of your first offer so that you can financially support yourself to get to the other item you also want to sell. Okay, so I invite you now to think of your offer. So what is your package? What are your 3 core pillars of your package? What are the 3 buckets of items that you teach or that you offer? And when you define those 3, your content will flow, your messaging will flow because you'll know exactly what to talk about. So for example, my offer, which you guys are in now in terms of the masterclass, but your bold and feminine 6-figure empire one-on-one coaching, I'm talking about bold marketing, magnetic branding, and pleasure-filled mindsets in order to launch, right? So I'm always talking about those 3 things. Okay, beautiful. So if you have any questions at all throughout this, like drop me a comment, babes. Let me know what's up. And yeah, let's keep on going through it. Okay. So your brand. Just like your offer, more broadly, you are your overall brand, right? Like who is you? Who is Juliet? Who is Carole? Who is Celine? So those are going to be your 3 pillars that really define you, that you're so passionate about, that you love to talk about. And my brand pillars are pleasure, business strategies, and being visible as fuck online, really showing up, right? And yeah, so I invite you to investigate this. What's going on for you? Celine, is 3 a suggestion? Oh yeah, absolutely. 3 is totally a suggestion. 2 very clear pillars can also be amazing. You can also have 4 or 5. I wouldn't go over 5 because then it's a bit confusing. People are like, too much. I'm not registering, but yeah, 2 is perfect. 3, 4, 5, whatever feels good for you. I always like 3 because people really think in terms of 3. But yeah, just do what's feeling alive for you and good for you. Good question. Thank you. Okay, yeah. And then your brand promise. So like, what are people, when they think of you, what do they think of? Like I have a client right now. She's like this amazing magnetic doctor. She's so freaking amazing. And now she's doing coaching. And for me, her brand pillar is like she's glowing. She's glowing with health, with energy. My brand promise is that you're gonna build an amazing business and you're gonna have fucking fun with it and you're gonna enjoy it and be in the pleasure mindset and groove. Like this is my brand promise. So just thinking of that, like what are you known for? And also, this is a very key point. It's called the know, like, and trust factor. And this is key while you're showing up and being visible as fuck to know that like people need to see you. So know, like, and trust. Know means your lifestyle or your personal stories. Like people want to get to know you if they're going to put their money in you, right? They need to learn to trust you. That means like share a little bit about your background. Where do you come from? Where are you living now? A little bit about that. So people are like, oh yeah, that's Juliet, the girl from New York who lives in Amsterdam. Or yeah, that's like my coach. That's Elena, the girl who's living in Bali. Things like that. So yeah, a lot of us have fears around showing up and like sharing our personal stories. I think it comes from when the internet was created. Our parents were like, "Don't post any of your information on the internet. You're going to get, something bad's gonna happen to you." Honestly, no, it's not. Like, don't share your home address, but definitely share a little bit about you so people can get to know you, right? And trust the people that are in your space that you're attracting good people because you are a good person. Like, everything gets mirrored back to us, right? And the like factor, that's, yeah, if people are seeing you on like consistently. So if you're constantly showing up on Instagram stories at least like once a day, you're posting at least 3 times a week, you're doing lives, they're seeing your humor, you're being imperfect, you're making mistakes. Yeah, they need to know that like you're 100% okay to be visible, and then they can feel you in that way, and then they start to like you, and they're like, oh yeah, she's funny, she's cool. It's amazing, actually. I just hopped on a discovery call yesterday with a girl. I didn't know her, and yeah, and we were talking about my dog and Amsterdam, and like as if she knew me, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like we're already connected on some way, which made her reach out to hire me as her coach. And this is how it works. And the last point is trust. Really showing up and being consistent and offering, again, at least once a week so people can trust you. All of these things create know, like, and trust. And that's how people send your money to you. Woo-hoo. Okay. And last thing about branding is that, and I think I mentioned this, but just to reiterate, what is your X factor? So if you can like put it in one sentence, you are the person that does that. So for me, I'm Juliet, the business coach who teaches business strategies and pleasure. Right? Like, what is the thing that makes you unique? Can people say it in one sentence? That really helps create word of mouth for everyone. So, yeah, would really think about that as well for your homework. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, am I okay? I'm just looking at my image. Okay, perfect. It was a bit bumpy. Okay, great. So now we're going to talk about the 5 sticker strategies. That's your brand icons. So, yeah, what are you known for? What are the 5 things that you visually represent you and your brand? So that would be great for Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, etc. So an example, I'll give you my example, is I constantly post about champagne. I love champagne. My dog Pepe, because I also really love him. I post about Amsterdam because this is where I live. So these are all very visual things. I post about pleasure-based, sexy imagery and business, babe, lifestyle strategies. So 5 things: champagne, Pepe, Amsterdam, pleasure-based imagery, and business strategies. So now giving you a moment now to think about yours and really feel into that and feel, okay, when I post, like, what do I love to post about? What looks cool? What feels more like me? And that will really help you cut through the online noise so that you can reach your people, because otherwise If you're just posting random things all the time, people are not going to be like, oh yeah, that's Celine who does X, or oh yeah, that's Carole who is doing interior design, right? Like people need to see you consistently show up in a way in order for them to process you, in order for them to sign up with you. Okay. Any of you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to move on to the final piece, which is embodied business. Yes. So, as we spoke about a bit at the beginning, being you, you showing up as you, like your fire, your sexiness, it's just so yummy, right? Like when I see people showing up and they're just like, boom, I'm in my element, like I'm channeling myself, it just feels so good. And I trust them so much more to guide me through whatever offer they have, right? So now I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask yourself, how can I embody my business more right now? And for me, the two things that have really helped me and have helped me so much, I can't even begin to iterate, which is why I'm excited to share it with you right now, is the first is taking pleasure breaks, and the second are visualizations. So, and I'll get into the specifics of both right now. So first, pleasure breaks are fantastic. So they're breaks you take during the day. So maybe that's your morning routine in the morning, doing a visualization, doing an ecstatic dance, a self-pleasure moment, taking baths. Hey, oh, Patricia, I'm so happy to see you. Thanks, babe. Sorry, I was saying pleasure breaks are ecstatic dances, baths, yummy lunches. Like today, I just made myself the most amazing avocado toast and this like yummy endive salad. I sprinkled all sorts of yumminess on it because I deserve it. Because I'm like, this is gonna bring me so much energy and pleasure. Instead of me just being like, oh, I had a master class to coach today, like what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna practice beforehand. Like this energy is not gonna help me. This energy is gonna help me show up and be present for you guys and for my clients. So yeah, also like rollerblading, hugging friends if you can with COVID or your loved ones, buying flowers, walks, etc. You get the point. And a lot of the times I see like stressed female entrepreneurs just doing it alone, putting their heads in the sand and just being like, ugh, just so overwhelmed by everything. And when you give yourself the permission to receive pleasure, and that doesn't just mean an orgasm, although those are amazing and juicy, it also means, yeah, just like allowing yourself to enjoy because you deserve it. Otherwise, we really get in our heads, and then like abundance, as you know, doesn't flow. Um, yeah. Okay. Beautiful. And the last part is visualizations. So I'm just going to share with you a little story before I go into it. But basically, it's really incredible. I do visualizations twice a day. In the morning, when I wake up, I do my stretching, and then I sit there and I tell myself, what do I want today? Who do I want to embody today? And then I ask myself in the five senses, what do I need to see, hear, feel, smell, and taste in order for that to be a reality? So I like literally picture it by the freaking detail, by all the events I have to do today. And I really clearly imagine like people having smiles on their faces, people really enjoying themselves, me celebrating with my friends, with clients, with my family. And it's incredible how much that works. So my story goes, yeah, crazy. Yesterday, I visualized, I had 2 calls with 2 potential clients. I visualized having such beautiful calls with them, me being able to support them, and them just like thriving, and then them just saying yes to me. And they both did. And it's just incredible. Actually, on Friday, I'm going to go into a pleasure practice that allows you to receive. So, looking forward to that. But yeah, I really so believe in the power of visualizations. And basically, when we see our highest self, we then show up as her. Period. So, and then we take action from there because our systems know that this is what we're going to do. So, okay, my homework for you, babes, is first to think of your brand pillars. And by the way, since you're live, if you're live on this call or you're watching the video later, you have like 24 hours to send me your answers to your homework if you'd like me to help you. That's one of the perks of like being on this call and of being on my email list. So send it over to me. I would love to support you and give you some feedback. So yes, so the first one is think of your brand pillars that really embody you. Two, think of your offers and think of the three pillars for that, or two or five. It depends on what's going on for you. And really feel into like what's really alive within me. What am I dying to share with the world? What package can I offer them? And really getting precise about that. Um, and yeah, and also doing the 5 sticker strategy for your Instagram. Like, what are the 5 images that are really going to define me? And I would also love it if in the morning you sit with your intuition and you ask yourself, okay, what do I truly desire? And doing that long enough to listen. Sometimes it takes a hot second. And then I invite you to visualize what would I need to see, hear, feel, smell, and taste in order for that to become a reality, and really tap into it. So yeah. And if there's anything holding you back, also holding yourself and telling yourself it's okay. So for those of you who want to go even deeper than we're going today, I am offering one-on-one discovery calls for your bold and feminine empire. It's a 3-month program, and in the call, we'll see if you're a fit to work together. And yeah, I would just love to hear from you. The best case scenario is we jump into a container together, and worst case scenario is that you get some great coaching tips on your business, and maybe I'll refer you to someone else, or yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. And I have a special offer because I'm actually getting married next Tuesday. Oh my God, yes. So if you sign up for a discovery call today and we decide we're a fit and we jump forward together into a container, you get $500 off. So this offer only lasts for 7 days. So let me know. I'm gonna drop the link here in the caption in the comments if you want to book a discovery call. Here you go, and I'll also leave it in the email. And yeah, babes, that's it. Like, I'm so happy that some of you joined me live. It's so amazing. And for those of you watching from your inbox later, hey. And for those of you just watching on my website, also hey. Yeah, so sending you all so much love. I hope this was helpful. Tomorrow, we're going to dive into everything marketing related. So messaging and content, and infusing that with pleasure as well. And then Friday, it's all about your pleasurable, bold launch. So it's going to be a lot of pleasure strategies on Friday. So I also can't wait for that. Yay! Thank you so much, babes. Yeah, have a beautiful day, and message me and email me if you would like any support with what I just laid out for you. So many kisses. Have a beautiful day. Bye, loves. I'm just going to write my email address here. There we go. Okay, babes.